Good afternoon to you. My name is Nicholas Wolfe.
My name is Jordan Macker.
And we are
Mackenwolfe.
We actually came back for a sequel.
I think you may be on the pot. Your mother and I are concerned.
Just wanna have fun! That was great. We thought of the same thing at once. What a wonderful day it is to be alive. We actually came back for a sequel. At least we're consistent.
Good for you.
We're consistent. That's a good thing. It's good to be consistent in a world where people never follow up on shit. So
we just passed Easter. How was your Easter, sir?
Easter was good. I ate too much delicious food, and now my stomach is reminding me of it. How was your Easter?
It was good. Got together with family. My nephew, who is 6, so he still does the whole Easter bunny thing and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Got together with him and my sister, his dad, my aunt, my mom, myself. Did the whole egg dyeing thing. It was always fun.
Does the Easter bunny thing, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that still does that.
Yeah, I can't believe in the Easter bunny. Santa Claus, though, I don't know how you can deny that.
Word up.
Let me see. So you had a good Easter then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oklahoma police did not.
Oh, no.
Easter bunny stuffed with meth intercepted by Oklahoma police.
That sounds like something that would happen here in Oregon.
Nah, we'd have a bunny full of pot. Are you serious? Pot bunny.
That's true. Smuggle it across from Washington.
Yeah. As of July, you won't have to smuggle it because you can buy it anywhere.
That's true.
Let me see. Huffington Post reports.
Huffington Post. Let's see.
I guess that's how you smoke meth. I wouldn't really know.
You don't. I was thinking of the pot, but go on.
Of the pot. I think you may be on the pot. Your mother and I are concerned.
I have no secrets.
This rabbit is all sorts of hopped up, the article says.
That's a pun if I ever saw one.
That's a pun. Police in Oklahoma say they intercepted a package last week containing a stuffed Easter bunny filled with 2 pounds of meth. That is a shitload of meth.
Holy crap.
2 pounds of meth.
How much is that? That's got to be worth a couple $1,000 probably.
Probably more than that.
I'm not implying that I'm an expert on methamphetamine or anything, even though, like I said, I am from Oregon.
Well, I think I guess we do have kind of a meth thing going on.
Oh,
because if you look at all the police cars, they're always talking about fighting meth and whatever, but I don't know. Doesn't like a little baggie of it go for like hundreds of dollars?
I'd guess somewhere along the lines of that.
I don't know. Okay, if any one of our listeners does meth, please go to our Facebook page and let us know what meth is worth.
Or you can remain anonymous by sending us a message, and we will relay it out in our next podcast.
As well as your name.
Yeah. You will be assigned the name of a celebrity that's been known to have a meth
Jennifer
problem.
Lawrence writes in about meth.
Mel Gibson writes in.
Oh God, he doesn't need meth. He's cracked out enough already.
That's true.
The Easter bunny I thought was a strange touch, said the police chief Nate King. According to Fox 23.
What, they act like they have situations like this every day. What, do they pull over Santa Claus and cut open the stomachs of the reindeer? Like, oh, look, I found heroin in here. Guess who's getting heroin in their stocking?
I can only imagine that they saw Batman Begins. Because wasn't this like the whole thing of Batman Begins? That people were smuggling drugs in with stuffed animals?
Yeah, and there was a guy wearing the bag over his face. And
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, yeah.
Oh, we don't need anybody to write into Facebook. Here's why.
Why is that?
The bunny had a street value of $30,000.
Ooh.
And was headed to a residence in Tahlequah? That sounds like a
spell it out.
Name.
Ghetto in Oklahoma?
Tahlequah. So
Tahlequah.
It might be Tahlequah.
Tahlequah.
I don't know.
It's Oklahoma. No one can pronounce any of the names there anyway.
Bingo.
Authorities
said they received a tip about the holiday delivery. They picked off the package. Shouldn't be picked up.
They picked off the
They got the package from resident Carolyn Ross, who admitted to police that she was expecting the delivery. It was meant to pass on the illegal substance, quote, to an unknown person at a later date.
Now, someone named Carolyn Ross sounds like completely unsuspecting, because Carolyn Ross seems like she's an 80-year-old woman, really nice lady.
Yeah, I think
hands out candy on Halloween,
I think Carolyn Ross, I think someone like Betty White, and just like, you just wouldn't expect it. It's not the prize egg that we want here, King said.
Methlahoma, coming to CBS this January, starring Betty White.
That sounds like a musical, like Methlahoma. Coming to Broadway this spring. Betty White is Methlahoma.
The Snow Queen.
She was held on a $75,000 bond. And what's really interesting is more fucked than the fact that it was stuffed with meth. The meth was put in 2 condoms that were tied like balloon animals and shoved inside.
Oh, God. So
That's rough.
They penetrated the poor bunny.
They penetrated the poor bunny twice.
Oh, God. Meth penetration of a stuffed animal. He really got stuffed then.
He really got stuffed. So if you got something odd in your Easter basket, that's why. If you woke up and your house was just ransacked, that would be why. Because methed out Easter Bunny this year.
Mommy, why is there sugar inside this bunny? Put that down right now!
Put it down. Put it down. And maybe give it to the police.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our Easter news.
That was a bit more dismal than I expected, but that's probably the most interesting thing that's happened in Oklahoma.
I thought that story would be a lot funnier to go over, but it was a little bit depressing.
It was. Yeah, because now I'm forced to think about poor old woman that looks like Betty White rotting in prison, and who wants to see Betty White in prison?
Well, she's peddling meth. I feel like we shouldn't have too much sorrow for her.
If she's lived as long as she has, she deserves to peddle meth.
Well,
damn it.
We're assuming that she's Betty White's age. She could be like 25. Who knows?
That's true. Anything goes in Methlahoma.
Anything goes. Hey man, you got some jelly beans? I just ran into some Prime. I just need some chocolate by Tuesday. Okay, now on to some feel-good news.
That's good.
Cool. Okay, Zach Braff and Donald Faison, I think is how you pronounce his last name. Have you ever watched Scrubs?
No.
You never watched Scrubs?
Bits and pieces of it.
So, Zach Braff, the main character.
Yeah.
And
I know that
Donald
much, at least.
Faison, or whoever was his black friend, will make pizzas for your gay wedding in Indiana.
Right on.
So have you heard about this Indiana law?
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
It's pretty bullshit. Yeah.
Religious freedom, my ass.
See, I think okay.
We got to give for those of us that don't know, we got to give some background.
Give a little bit of background on it.
Governor Mike Pence, or as I call him, douchebag in chief, Mike Pence of Indiana, decided that he was going to sign into law a religious freedom bill that, in short, it basically allows any business to not serve
gay
people or any people that they feel violates their religion. But in the times where gay, lesbian, transsexual rights are such a hot topic, they feel that gay people are the most commonly discriminated group that would be affected by this. I don't think that they would tell black people, I'm not making you a cake because you're black anymore. I think that's over. I hope that's over, at least. But,
see, this is something that just bugs the fuck out of me, because pharmacists can also do this. If, say, you want to go in for birth control, they can deny giving you birth control based on their religious beliefs. Fucking bullshit. And I don't care if I swear immensely on this one, because it is fucking bullshit. And here's why. You are a professional. Separation of church and state, motherfucker.
Exactly.
You don't get to have a job, whatever, in a public domain like that, whether it be a restaurant, a pharmacy, shining shoes. I don't give a shit.
No kidding.
You are a professional. You have to put your religion to the side. If you don't like that, start your own fucking business from home on eBay or Etsy or some bullshit.
Especially if you have the well-being of others in your control. I mean, why the hell would you deny someone their medicine, or something that could save their life or make them feel better? That's that's fucked up in 25 different ways. But yeah, they did modify, or apparently either the governor of the state or one of the legislatures modified it, and now people, opponents of it, think that it's screwed up even more.
Yeah.
That this, religious freedom law, and people actually have supported it. One of the funnier celebrities I know, George Takei, who has a page on Facebook, has actively been boycotting Indiana, which I personally don't think is the best thing to do because you're going to ruin the economy. What about the people who don't support this shitty law? They got to make money too. You don't want to hurt them. You don't want to ruin the economy by telling people, "Hey, don't go to Indiana. Don't spend your money. Don't support this." Not everyone supports this law.
See, I refer to Harvey Milk on this one. Mm-hmm. Do you know who Harvey Milk is? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you seen Milk, starring Sean Penn as the titular character?
I have not.
Oh, great movie. We got to watch it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so what he did when he got to Castro Street was at that time he just ran a photo or a camera supply store, film and whatnot.
Right.
So he didn't do anything in politics. He was kind of a mayor before he was a mayor because, he was discriminated against, as were most people in San Francisco. Because at that time, San Francisco wasn't what we know it today. Right. Today we know it to be like a gay haven. But at that point...
With hippies, still.
A hippie gay haven. At this point, that was just forming. So he had his camera store, and he had sort of two groups of people. Either people who didn't support him, told him, to leave, whatever, and people who did. So what he did was he got all the gay community together, and they rapidly supported the businesses that did support them and boycotted the ones that didn't. The ones that didn't very quickly went out of business, and the ones that did thrived. So I think we should be doing that.
That's what seems to be happening in Indiana now. A lot of those companies are going out of business. They have been reporting on that recently too. There's a lot of stores that have banners that say going out of business on it.
I don't feel bad for them. This happened with was it a couple years ago? I think it was with Chick-fil-A and the guy.
Oh yeah,
and he was donating. He was
that jackass.
He was giving money to anti-gay causes or whatever you want to call them. People boycotted Chick-fil-A for a while, and
they're still around though.
Yeah, they're still around. Yeah. But people who were in support of Chick-fil-A said, "Oh, he can believe what he wants to believe. Why are you jamming your beliefs down his throat? He can believe whatever he wants to believe. I'm not disabusing him of his beliefs. Exactly. I'm just not supporting them. There's a difference between saying, I'm not going to support your beliefs, and you can't believe what you believe.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I have no sympathy for these businesses that shoot their mouths off with, it's just hatred. It's bullshit. It's divisive. It's hate speak. No two ways about it.
I mean, come on, people. We live in the 21st... It's 2015, for Pete's sake. We need to have an open mind now. We should have had an open mind a long time ago, but more importantly, we need to have an open mind now. Okay, more importantly, this is the United States. We are accepting of everyone, okay? It doesn't say in the Constitution, oh, you can't be gay, or oh, you can't be black. No, it doesn't say that. There is nothing wrong with being gay. There is nothing wrong with, now I'm ranting, but...
And I would even go further than that. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing or thinking being gay is wrong. Nothing wrong with that. You are free to think that. When you act on it is when it becomes a problem.
Right.
Oh my god. I could go on this bandwagon forever verbally. I mean, another pet peeve is the ones who they'll scream about church and state if you propose something like, why aren't we taxing churches for their real estate? Separation of church and state. No. We're not mixing church and state. We're mixing the physical structure of the church, which is on state property. Totally different. But they'll go on and on about, separation of church and state. And yeah, if they're business owners, which is state mandated, oh no, they want their religion mixed in there. You can't have both ways.
No.
Oh my god. This pisses me off.
Such hypocrisy, especially that church that really can't even be considered a church because all they do is hate it. The Westboro Baptist Church. Fuck you, Westboro Baptist Church. You're a bunch of jackasses.
I can't stand those people.
See, if they ever come to the Salem area, we are going to go and we are...
I was so pissed. They recently came to Portland and there was a counter protest and I missed it. I was so bummed.
I was working that day. I'm not gonna lie. There are times when I wish I could go to their rallies and throw shit at them. Heavy shit.
I wouldn't even do that because don't.
I mean, you don't want to get on their level, I know, but seriously,
I love their counter
anger
protests.
management.
Yeah, but their counter protests are so much fun though because it's just senseless horse shit. It's basically a party when you're counter protesting these people, and then they just totally run away. But as a sentiment to human beings, I think this is important to talk about too. The more time goes on, the more you hear about people breaking away from the church, and they're still religious, I guess. But they somehow realize that, the hatred just can't go on.
Right.
So I think that's a tribute to human spirit if I ever heard one. So credit where credit's due on that one. But, so to circle it back around, no sympathy for the wicked if you go out of business. Tough titty. It's your own fault.
Yep. Uh-huh.
And then to circle around it once again, back to Zach Braff and his Scrubs cohort.
Hey, way to go for them,
Here's the story. I thought this was just so great. Well, first of all, I thought it was weird because you heard about this pizza place in Indiana. This is what this story is based on. Memories Pizza in Walkerton, Indiana, who said they wouldn't not serve gay people if they just came in, but they wouldn't cater a gay wedding. Which, first of all, who has pizza for a wedding to begin with? Isn't that like, prime rib and fish kind of
I would
affair?
have pizza at my wedding,
Yeah, I probably would too.
Then again, I am 21 years old and single, and I haven't really given any thought to weddings, so...
Yeah, so that's a thing. So the story reads, just because some people in Indiana refuse to cater gay weddings doesn't mean all hope is lost. Zach Braff and Donald Faison, again, I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right, who are perhaps better known for starring together in the beloved sitcom Scrubs, are apparently willing to toss some dough for same-sex Indiana couples. Memories Pizza, located in Walkerton, Indiana, ignited a firestorm last week when its owners announced that they were allowed to refuse to provide pizzas for same-sex weddings due to the state's controversial new quote-unquote religious freedom law. Shortly after, Braff took to Twitter to pledge his support for gay couples, offering Faison's services as well. And here's a picture of... They're on a boat. I guess they drive a boat. I couldn't tell you.
They have a lot of money. They have whatever the hell they want.
They're rolling in that Scrubs dough, yo.
Oh, that dough.
Make it rain. And Zach Braff is sort of helmeting it. He has his arm around Donald there, and he tweeted that out with the caption, "If you really and truly want pizza for your gay wedding in Indiana, we will make it for you." In the wake of Memory Pizza's anti-gay statement, the owners claimed they became the targets of harassment and threats, causing them to temporarily close the restaurant. Soon after, a GoFundMe campaign was launched to support the owners and raised over $842,000. Holy
shit!
See, what I don't get is why are they raising money?
Yeah, what are they raising money for? That's my question.
Yeah! Braff and Faison joined other individuals and groups who are showing solidarity with the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. The Equality House, which sits directly across from the Westboro Baptist Church, which I think is trolling to the max. That is so wonderful. The Westboro Baptist Church compound in Topeka, Kansas, and regularly champions causes related to the queer community, created a, quote, virtual pizza party to raise funds for LGBT homeless youth. Now that's badass. Cyndi Lauper also offered her support with a similar fundraiser. Gays just wanna have fun.
we both, that was great. We thought of the same thing at once.
He started a similar fundraiser titled #Pizza for Equality that has already generated roughly $40,000. So apparently, if you're gay in Indiana getting married, you can have Scrubs cater your wedding.
That would be badass.
That would be pretty cool.
But back to the thing where they raised $842,000 for that company. Were they maybe trying to make up for the lost profits? Because it didn't say how long that they were.
That's all I can think of. I mean,
even then, that's a lot of money for making up lost profits.
Yeah, temporarily closed the restaurant. From what I hear, it wasn't like a long close. It hasn't been like 3 months or anything.
Let's see.
Okay, here we go. I got to the GoFundMe page. Support Memories Pizza. Let me see.
Make a withdrawal.
The purpose. Make a withdrawal.
If only.
The purpose: to relieve the financial loss endured by the proprietors stand for faith. Fuck you.
Lame.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Again, we're not saying they can't believe what they believe, but we're saying we don't have to support what they believe. There is a big difference. Oh my god. These people need to be slapped in the face with a car. Really?
Pizza dough.
Oh my god.
This entire religious freedom thing, we're going back to square one. We're telling people, hey, you can discriminate someone based off of their beliefs and their sexual orientation, and you can use religion as a way to get around it. It's bullshit. It's just
oh my god,
beyond stupid.
And
it's like, and they're trying to pass a similar law in, I think, Arkansas or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they've had so much backlash there already. I think it was already vetoed.
Yeah, I think there's not a high chance of that happening.
Of all the states that, socially would go back to the Stone Age, I didn't think Indiana would be one of them. I thought maybe
someone in their South.
Look at the American South. Many of the, because this is also information that has been shared from George Takei. Mm-hmm. Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, they have all gotten on the bandwagon to legalize gay marriage. Now, this is something that I didn't think I'd ever see, and, despite the fact that I am a very straight man, I'm glad that they finally got going on that, but I'm surprised, the South, America, machine guns, bald eagles,
and homos.
CBR.
Yeah, it was kind of tough for me to watch when that whole wave of state approving gay marriage thing, because I totally supported it. Let me just state that straight out. And I don't think all of them are there yet. I think there's still a few that haven't agreed to it, but they're probably talking about it. Mm-hmm. It'll probably happen soon enough, probably by the end of the year. But it just goes to show you how childish politics really are, because you saw a couple states legalize it, and slowly,
like our own,
we were. Well, I'm really surprised that Oregon didn't legalize it sooner than it did.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they did.
I'm glad. Yeah, and it's a. I'm not. Hey, it's a good thing it happened, but you would slowly but surely see one state after the other, just in rapid succession, start legalizing it. I just think it's so ridiculous that politics are. I'm not doing it till he does it. And then, why were we waiting for other states to do it? Just do it already. It's like...
People don't have the balls to do it,
It's just so childish. Like, you know what? Stand up for what you believe in, or you're just as guilty as everybody else.
At the same time,
But at the same
chain
time,
reaction,
it always happened that it happened,
one state to another, eventually all 50 states, and they'll have...
Oh, yeah, we'll get there.
But, it's like they're a bunch of sheep, one state... Yeah. Like, let's say Mississippi legalizes it. Then, let's see, what states are around there? Louisiana and Arkansas, they start the process of legalizing. It's like, oh, you're a bunch of sheep,
But by the same token, I will say I am happy for the people that it's benefiting. So,
yeah, I am too.
It's not all forgone.
I have friends that are gay.
Yeah.
In fact, at a certain bar I go to, I just found out that one of my favorite bartenders got married to her girlfriend of quite a few years. So
shout her out. What's her name? Shout out her bar.
I don't even know her name, actually.
One of my best friends got married. Awesome. What's her name? I don't fucking know.
Not best friends. I have best friends, but this is
This is a bar friend, not a best friend.
Bar friends, and bar friends remain confidential.
Okay,
even if I don't know her name, but
yeah.
But yeah. Way to put me on the spot.
I didn't know you didn't know your friends' names, dude.
Not my... whatever. We'll discuss this later.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that? Okay, never mind. Random thing. I gotta get more coffee, so let's hear about the next...
Sweet Jesus. For those who don't know, my partner in crime has a caffeine addiction. So one of these days you're gonna be listening to the podcast and hear...
No regrets!
One of these days you're gonna be listening to the podcast and hear... And that's going to be his heart exploding out of his chest and me catching it.
I'm breaking out of my body and flying away like a bat out of hell. Sorry, Meatloaf moment right there.
That was sexy.
Like a bat out of hell. Anyway.
I came in like a beating heart. He's obsessed with these, what the hell are these called? Starbucks double shot espressos. He really should own stock in the company. Although I suspect he does.
I would be rich by then, so yeah, I call bullshit on that.
Anyway, okay, so enough ranting news. Although I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if this comes up as a topic again at some point.
Yeah.
On to kind of goofy news. I don't really know why it's news, but it is kind of funny.
Yeah. Burger
Burger King picked up tab for Burger King hyphenated wedding.
I heard about this.
This is the first I'm hearing about it. Let me see.
So how did it go? Was one person's last name Burger and the other person's last name King?
From what I take it, yeah.
Someone would name their kid their first name Burger or King. Well, King is okay, but Burger.
King, I think some people might actually name their kids that, which is kind of
I knew someone named Sir Diamond. I think he's in jail now.
We have Queen Latifah, even though it's not her given name. The State Journal Register, I don't know really what state that's from. Springfield, that's Illinois.
Yeah.
I imagine. Okay, so I guess
probably not Springfield, Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not lucky enough to have a Burger King themed wedding here.
So it's come on, Portland. I'm surprised we haven't. I'm waiting for 2 gay people to get married who are named Ben and Jerry, so we can have the Ben and Jerry's wedding.
I would go to that wedding.
Oh, and have it just catered with ice cream.
Oh, yes.
Oh, all over my face.
Oh, mouthgasm. Okay.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the presence of these readers to join Burger King and Burger King in matrimony. Burger King brand proposed on Monday and Burger King brand. That's his name? No. Burger King brand proposed on Monday. Oh, okay. So Burger King, the restaurant, proposed on Monday, and Joel Berger and Ashley King accepted.
Oh my God.
The company is paying the expenses and providing gifts for the July 17th wedding of Joel and Ashley in Jacksonville, a.k.a. the Burger King nuptials.
That's Florida, Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday's column was about how Joel and Ashley have been Burger King since they were in the 5th grade together in New Berlin. When they announced their engagement this spring, they had their picture taken next to the BK restaurant logo in Springfield. They flipped their names so that Joel's would be first in the announcement. Normally the woman's name is first, but then it wouldn't have been Burger King, would it? King Burger.
Oh, that's
we need to open a knockoff restaurant. Call it King Burger.
Yeah, watch us get
King
sued.
Burger.
King Burger.
Nailed it. Fixed it. Friday's column was pretty well read locally. And then it went viral.
Ain't that a whopper?
Ain't that a whopper of a time? The New York Daily News posted it. The Huffington Post posted it. Soon I was hearing from BuzzFeed, the Daily Mail in the UK, and a producer from Australia's #1 radio show, which happens to be the Kyle and Jackie O show. They all wanted to contact Joel and Ashley. The media crush is threatening to become overwhelming. It will only gain momentum now that Burger King, the restaurant, is on board and will be promoting the Burger King connection nationally. I hope it stays fun for Joel and Ashley. Ashley weighed in. Oh my God, it's going to be crazy. She knew over the weekend that the column had gone viral. She said, sure, they'll talk with Australia's #1 radio show. I expect more will be calling. This all began innocently enough with SR-J business editor Tim Landis. He spotted the unique Burger King engagement announcement and photograph in the Chatham Clarion. He posted
Must be a town or something.
Yeah. He put it on my desk in case I thought it would make a column. For my part, all I had to do was recognize it as one. Since Ashley already tried to reach out to the Burger King company, but unsuccessfully, I sent an email to the company's media relations representative. I soon heard from Allison Broad, Public Relations in New York City, the company that has the Burger King account.
She's nice, Broad.
She is a very nice broad. I love Allison. I sent them an email about the wedding. They contacted the company, and Burger King took it from there, which culminated Monday afternoon when Joel and Ashley got the big news from Burger King via Skype. Was it the Burger King who got on Skype?
The Burger King.
It's the Burger King.
The guy in the King outfit, right? You know,
there you go. Yeah. I hereby decree the connection was between New Berlin and New York City, and we can't say that very often, can we? Boring. When we heard about the happy Burger King couple, we felt an overwhelming urge to celebrate their upcoming marriage, said Eric Hirschhorn, Burger King brand spokesman. On so many levels, it felt like fate. They found each other, and their story found us.
Oh, honey, we don't need hors d'oeuvres for the wedding. We're going to have chicken fries and onion rings instead.
I would. Oh, my God. I would love to be in that wedding. What is this trend of having fast food cater your wedding?
But, honey, your sister is vegan, right? Well, she doesn't even have to show up because she isn't going to wear the dress. She doesn't like the feathers on it.
She can have the onion rings.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, this just seems so weird. For anybody interested, I do not plan on ever getting married. I would love to settle down someday, but not full on married. But even if I were getting married, I don't know if I would go with, like, fast food.
Yeah, they're going to have their logo on the wedding cake, which is going to be probably like a giant apple pie.
No, that's McDonald's. Burger King has, like, Snickers pie and cheesecake. Maybe they're just going to put a bunch of the slices and wedges together.
They're going to build a tower.
A tower of cheesecake.
Yes! That's
America!
America! Go King or go home.
To be fair, though, my cousin Stephanie, she got married last July. Stephanie!
Sorry, I couldn't.
What?
Have you not seen Short Circuit?
No!
Stephanie!
What the hell?
Number 5, love Stephanie.
Okay, go on.
What
sorry.
the hell is Short Circuit?
It's a movie. Just keep going.
Oh, for the love of Christ. Oh, James Christ already. He's our mascot now.
Shut up, you fajita chaser.
She lives in McMinnville, sort of in an area where it's like, a lot of fields and whatnot, sort of middle of nowhere.
Sounds like McMinnville.
Yeah. You drive like 5-10 minutes and you're in downtown McMinnville. And so her and her now husband live on this sort of big plot of land, and what they did for their wedding was, it was on 4th of July, so they just had a barbecue. For the wedding itself, they had everybody just dressed casually, shorts, t-shirts, whatnot. And then, for the reception, it was literally just like a 4th of July barbecue. So that is kind of cool. But I don't know if I would go full-on fast food. I feel like that's a little too casual for me.
Oh, no. A barbecue is very American. It's very easy to do, but...
And it was fun.
You're just inviting a corporation to take control of your dream wedding.
See, this is where my inner cynicist, I think that's a word, cynicist, and my inner optimist kind of clash. Because my cynicist is saying, when companies do things like this, they're just looking for business.
Right.
And good publicity. The other side of me is like, well, maybe they're just having fun. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Because corporations can have fun, too.
Yeah. Corporations just want to
have fun.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Burger King or Zach Braff will cater your wedding.
A lot of really good choices these days.
A lot of really good choices.
It must be 2015.
I'm waiting for Wendy to cater weddings. Wendy
Red?
of Wendy's.
or the woman from the commercial, Red, because she's good looking.
Yeah, she's the actual... Oh, no, wait, you're thinking of that one. Wendy does exist, though. The
yeah.
actual Wendy's Wendy.
Yeah, because what's his name? Dave Thomas had a daughter.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I like Wendy's. They're probably my favorite fast food restaurant for no copyright intended.
I love me a good Frosty. That is the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had the Frosty and the waffle cone yet?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, it's been a thing for a while. Makes me want to go get a Frosty immediately. Like, screw the podcast. Have you had their pretzel?
Oh, God, don't even get me started.
Whatever it was called. Don't get you started a good way or a bad way?
Like I said, don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Don't tease me. One more story that'll lead into that. He is motioning to me, and I will tell you what he's motioning. Kurt Cobain, Montage of Heck. A film by Brett Morgan.
Brett Morgan.
I do not know the name.
Me neither.
But it is a documentary about Kurt Cobain, and I am very, very excited about this one.
Rock documentaries are awesome. Just in general.
They are. My favorite documentary of all time is When You're Strange, documentary about the Doors, of course. Because what I loved about that, and that's what I understand, that's what this film is going to be. What I loved about the Doors documentary is it was all done using narration. and all photos, obviously music, and videos from the past, and it's all spoken like it's all happening. Like, Jim does this, Jim does that. It's not did this, and it's not interviews with people nowadays. So you feel like you're there. So I love So, as far as I know, totally unprecedented. I don't know any other documentary that does it this way. From what I understand, that's what they're doing with Kurt Cobain. Because they had some participation from Courtney Love.
Yeah, we'll talk about it someday, how much we love Courtney Love. No pun intended.
Oh, yeah, she's, just we're besties. We're spiritual besties. Courtney Love is my spirit animal. But she's my Patronus.
Would you ride her into battle?
Oh God, no. I bet she smells like beef jerky and sweat. But more importantly than that, his daughter, Frances Bean Cobain, is the executive producer, or some sort of a producer. Let me see. She's some sort of producer. I'm pretty sure executive producer. And it's never before seen video of from when he was a kid all the way to 94. 94? Yes,
when he died.
When he died. Pictures. Apparently there's an unreleased track that will not be heard until this comes out.
A Nirvana song?
Kurt Cobain. I think it's kind of like a demo thing.
Okay.
It never got done. But it's like 11 or 12 minutes, and I'm pretty sure it's acoustic. And they claim it's something like you've never heard before. A completely unknown, like, emotionally just amazing song.
It probably sounds like quality like crap, but it's probably gonna be really cool.
I would imagine if it's anything like their Unplugged performance, I am all in, because oh my god,
that was my favorite Nirvana release.
That's my favorite Nirvana release. That's my favorite Unplugged release too, and Pearl Jam is like my very close second favorite band. They did Unplugged. I don't even think their Unplugged came close to Nirvana's.
And, I've always wanted to talk about this album because it got a lot of grief from, people who thought they were hardcore Nirvana fans because, you didn't have Smells Like Teen Spirit on here. You didn't have, what else was not on there? Lithium. You didn't have any of that on there.
Some songs don't cater to acoustic, though.
It Smells Like Teen Spirit would sound really weird acoustically.
Yeah, I mean, if they differed the arrangement, it might work,
But Come As You Are sounded very good acoustically.
And Jesus Don't Want Me for a Sunbeam.
About a Girl.
About a Girl.
All
Where
Apologies.
Did You Sleep Last Night? All Apologies.
Okay, despite the fact that Where Did You Sleep Last Night was already like 5,000 years old by the time Kurt got around to singing it, I don't think that anyone else, even Lead Belly himself, could have, tackled that with such emotional strength as Kurt Cobain did. I think that was the closer of the album, wasn't it?
It was. Mm-hmm. Well, see, here's the thing I feel about old blues songs. I think they're great. I mean, obviously, I respect the classics, and it's a great genre, very soulful.
You wouldn't have rock and roll without them.
Right. But I can't really sit down and just listen to a classic old blues album. I don't know what it is. I mean, I dig the feeling, and it's great and all that, but I prefer when, say, Nirvana does a cover, or Ram Jam, famously known for Black Betty.
Or Led Zeppelin, Traveling Riverside Blues.
And was it Bring It On Home? Wasn't that an old blues song?
If you think about it, half of Led Zeppelin's catalog they were original songs with blues songs woven into them,
Well, and it's so clear to see the blues influence, because if you play the songs on guitar, all you have to do is slow it down and alter the tempo, like a song like Bring It On Home, that no. If you just slow that down and just alter the tempo, totally bluesy, and it's wicked fun to play. So, like I said, I have respect for the old blues musicians, but I just love when people sort of update them.
Exactly. My favorite example is Cream's version of Crossroads by Robert Johnson. So intense. I mean, you have three musicians who, Eric Clapton also, the other day just turned 70, so... Yeah, and the late, great Jack Bruce, bass player, one of the best bass players that ever lived. In fact, one of the only people that could actually hold a candle to Geddy Lee and John Entwistle. The Ox from The Who.
That was so hot. Is that what you do when you hit a woman?
I'm the wolf.
I'm the wolf.
Yeah. But,
well, speaking of bass players, didn't the bass player for Free just die recently?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Andy Frazier, 62 years old.
Oh, God. Rest in peace. What a
Yeah.
bucket of wind that guy was. He didn't go on to Bad Company, did he?
He did not, but he joined Free at age 15.
Oh, my God. And, of course, they had international success with All Right Now.
Uh-huh. Fire and Water, the entire Fire
The
and Water
whole
album.
Fire and Water. One that's lesser known, or at least lesser regarded, that I think is equally as good as All Right Now, is A Little Bit of Love. Have you heard that song?
I have not. I really haven't...
When you give a little bit of love.
I haven't really dug that deep into the, Free Paul Rogers discography. One of my favorite Free songs is Wishing Well.
Which one is that?
It was from their Heartbreaker album. It came out in like 72 or 73.
Yeah.
In fact, once I bust out my guitar, I might play the riff for you, but that might be a copyright issue.
But, and then arguably, Bad Company is wider known, had more hits than Free did. Mm-hmm. But Free was really, like, the seed of Bad Company. Mm-hmm. Because their music is so, like, interchangeable. It sounds like the same band, but, and then them with The Firm. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. It kind of plays out like a book or a movie with a 3-act structure. You start with Free, move on to Bad Company, and then you conclude with The Firm. And it's like, I think you could listen to all those, the whole discography, and listen to the evolution of the band.
It's like the West Side Story, only it's the Paul Rogers story,
The Paul Rogers story.
I mean, just think of
I
how...
want to be in Bad Company.
and we met the guy, which is fantastic. He was a really nice dude. We touched on that in our first podcast.
That's right.
But just think of how lucky he was. He got to play with some really awesome musicians, and he continues to. I mean, first he was in Free with some really talented people, Simon Kirke, Paul Kossoff, rest in peace also, and the late great Andy Frazier, who we just lost recently. Then, you go into Bad Company, and that's a completely different echelon of awesomeness. It's one of rock's first supergroups, I guess you could say, because you had Paul Rogers from Free, of course, Mick Ralphs on guitar. He was a member of Mott the Hoople, one of the biggest glam rock bands of the 60s and 70s.
I only know it from that song, Man on the Moon. Mott the Hoople and the Game of Life.
And from R.E.M. Simon Kirke, also from Free. And then there was Boz Burrell, who was with the legendary prog rock band King Crimson. So they were the first rock supergroup, the first band that was signed on Led Zeppelin's own label, Swan Song.
Oh, I didn't know they had their own record.
So yeah, they're like, let's see how Jimmy Page is like, let's see how good this band will be. We're going to sign them on here. They probably won't do very well. Boom, first album comes out. They're one of the most popular acts of the 70s.
Led Zeppelin didn't do their own albums on that label, did they?
They did, I think.
All of them?
Well, they were.
I thought they started on like Warner
Atlantic.
or Electric. What was it?
Atlantic.
Atlantic. That's right.
the one that they were.
The orange, white, and green.
I think maybe they started Swan Song just for some of the for other artists. But that'd be really cool. Paul Rogers. You're on Led Zeppelin's label, really? So.
See, okay, now you guys just got a brief glimpse into why Nick and I became friends. I think this would be an interesting topic. Can you believe it's been almost 2 years coming up? I think it might have been 2 years, because when was that sci-fi class? Was it before or after spring break?
It was before. No, after. Right after.
Because summer was coming
term,
up.
Yeah.
So, it's coming up on 2 years we've been friends.
Yeah,
we were in a sci-fi class together, didn't know each other whatsoever, and we both sat in the back, and I'll never forget it. I was wearing my Beatles t-shirt, you were wearing your Beatles hoodie, which I haven't seen in a while.
It's here. It's in the closet. A little worn, but...
And he made a comment that someone else had some sort of Beatles regalia on, and he made a comment that this was the Beatles row. And then we started talking a little bit, not a lot. And because I thought he was older than I was.
Yeah,
I guess
like
24, maybe 25, thought Canadian, based on his attitude towards life and the fact that he constantly talks about Canada. And we just started talking about music, and he liked a lot of the same music that I did. It started with popular things like The Doors, the Beatles, I think maybe a little bit of Zeppelin. And also The Who. The Who was a big one.
Yeah, like the second day of class, we both bust out singing Baba O'Reilly at the back of the class. We're like,
I remember
everyone's staring at us. We're back there. We're like, out here in the fields, I fought for my meals. And everyone's like, what the fuck fuck are
And they
you
just
doing?
turn around, and the chick in front of us who looked like Kurt Cobain was just like, and then
And then I think I made the comment. I was like, "Has anyone ever told you that you look like Jim
I was
Morrison?"
just gonna
And his,
say that.
His response was, "Okay, you've become my new best friend for the next 24 hours."
Thank you, new best friend. And then it just got more and more obscure, and eventually I started, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I started like mentally testing you. I would give you more and more obscure bands, and you always knew. And the one that I knew we were going to be fast friends was Joy Division, because nobody else really knew much about Joy Division. And Nick is like a fucking Encyclopedia Britannica when it comes to music. Like, you could go, hey Nick, when CCR recorded Bad Moon on the Rise, or what is that song?
Bad Moon Rising.
When they recorded Bad Moon Rising,
Otherwise known as There's a Bathroom on the Right.
when they recorded that song, how many holes did John Fogerty have in his sock? Left or right foot? Right. 3. Thanks, Nick.
No, this
Like, what was
can-
Paul Rogers' favorite color? Well, for a while it was pink, but now he likes more of a mauve. Like, I don't know how he knows these things.
I can actually attest all of my musical knowledge to spending hours on Wikipedia, because if
That's
I
what it
hear
is?
what happens is if I listen to the radio. I'm one of the few people my age that listens to classic rock radio, old alternative
Yeah.
rock, and my tastes have changed. But whenever I want to know about an artist, I look them up on Wikipedia, and if it's a really obscure band, I'll be like, damn it, I'm gonna go beyond Wikipedia and see what I can find about them. Like, name a rock star, and I can tell you at least what year he was born and what band he was in.
Oh, Jesus. Name any rock star?
Like an older rock star. And then fact check me.
Okay. Oh. Shit's getting real now.
You're going to bring up a page, and I'm going to at least tell you what year and maybe what month he was born, what bands he was in,
Okay.
name of his or her solo albums.
Let me see here.
Keep in mind, the computer is facing away from me. I cannot see the screen.
Yeah, you can't see it. Okay, we'll start with one that's a little bit connected. We'll start easy, and we'll get more and more.
All right, this is our new game.
Simon Kirk.
Simon Kirk was born in 1949 in England. I'm not sure which month it was. I think it might have been... Okay, well, he started out in Free.
Wait. Guess the month. Guess the month, because I feel like you're going to say it.
July?
July. Oh my god. This is a new segment that we're starting, P.S., but go ahead.
He was
Continue.
started out, I think he's been active since probably 1967 or so. I'm just taking a guess. I gotta let my dog outside.
All right, Maddie, the Mackenwolfe.
The Mackenwolfe
dog.
beast. Yeah.
The Mackenwolfe beast.
He's been a member of Free, Bad Company. He's
Uh-huh.
I'm talking through a curtain now, so don't mind me. Get out. Intermittently been a member of Bad Company. He was part of the original lineup. What else? Ask me some more questions about him.
Okay. In 1971, there was an album released with Simon Kirk on it. Do you know what it was called?
Was it a Free album?
It was not. It was sort of like a side project, from what I understand.
Was it?
It was post-Free. It was after they disbanded.
It was Kossoff, Tetsu, something, and Kirk.
You got close. You just mixed them out of order. Kossoff, Kirk, Tetsu, and Rabbit.
Yeah.
The fact that you even knew that was amazing.
Yeah, it was a really good album. It was pretty much Free without Paul Rogers.
Go on, keep going, because I know you're going to.
Their keyboard player was a guy named... You gonna die? You sound like a walrus getting
I love
raped.
when you do this, because you just go on a musical tangent. Keep going.
him on.
It gets my stiff.
Anyway, all right, let's pick another rock star.
Pick another rock star?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, hold
You
on.
got my juices flowing here. This is... I'm
I'm
not sure how many other people... I'm not sure... I'm not sure how many other people would be entertained by this, but I'm having fun. That's all
Let's
that
see, keep
matters.
talking about Simon Kirk for a minute. I have to find another band.
Simon Kirk, unfortunately, he wasn't with Paul Rogers when we saw him on his solo tour. I don't know who the bass player or the drummer were. I know the guitar player was Howard Leese from the band Heart. Good guy. I was hoping to meet him, but he must have They must have been like, all right, Paul, you go out there. We're going to sneak into the van behind you. So, oh, damn it. I'm the star of the show. I don't care.
I do what I want. Bitch.
Yeah.
He just called me a bitch.
Yeah, but, months of staring at Wikipedia pages, like, I can name all the members of Black Sabbath, what year they were born, possibly what month they were born, what instruments they played.
Mm-hmm. I won't pick Black Sabbath.
Definitely don't pick Rush. I know every single aspect of their life.
Let's see here. Okay, I think I have a good one for you. Now, I could go really easy with this one, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a curveball.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. Who was Roy Wood?
He was an original member of ELO. Left the band in 1972. He had a very big songwriting connection with Jeff Lynne. I believe he was born in 1940.
Let me check that. Hold on. Okay, continue.
Shit, 1944, I think he was born. Ooh. 1945.
Ooh, you're losing it. 1946.
Oh, okay.
Do you know the month? You can redeem yourself. Guess the month. 1 in 12 shot.
March.
November.
Okay. So he's 68 years old now. Yeah, founding member, played on like their first 2 or 3 albums, I think. And then he went off and started his own Birmingham-based rock band called Wizard, which was a lot like ELO. It featured a lot of members that would either leave ELO or go on to become members of ELO. That's really confusing to think about.
Right.
So,
do you know what he did in Electric Light Orchestra? What were his musical contributions? What instruments?
he did a lot, actually. I think he did guitar, bass, drums, piano, keyboards, maybe some stringed instruments. He did a little bit of everything, I think.
He did.
And
According
vocals.
to this, on I looked up specifically the No Answer album with that great oh god, what's it called?
10538 Overture.
Yes, my favorite ELO song.
I love the
hands
guitar
down.
intro on that.
I love the chord progressions in that. It's so good. And then the strings. I loved it. They used it for the trailer of American Hustle.
And it was in the movie.
Oh god, such a beautiful use of it. Anyway, I'm a cinephile.
Anyway.
So Roy Wood on this album did vocals, cello, so he probably played on that song.
Just imagine him playing the cello and singing.
So metal. He's holding it up like a guitar.
Yeah.
Cello, classical, acoustic guitar, bass, double bass, oboe, bassoon, clarinet, recorders, slide guitar, percussion, bass clarinet, and crumhorn? What the hell is a crumhorn?
Crumhorn.
What the hell is a crumhorn?
Almost sounds nasty, a crumhorn.
That is so weird. I don't even know what that sounds like. But anyway.
Hey, Trebek, I crumhorned your mother last night.
Last night.
All right, let's do one more. Let's
Okay,
see
yeah,
how,
one more. We'll wrap it up.
we'll see how obscure I can get here.
What band was it? Oh, that's what it was. Let me see. I have to look this person up first. I almost said it out loud as I was typing it. Let me see. Wikipedia is your friend for information. I don't care what teachers say.
Maddie's back. I can just imagine at my college graduation, I'm going to be standing there like, I'd like to thank vodka, Wikipedia, and many other things for helping.
And ramen noodles.
And ramen noodles for making this possible.
Whoa, he's still alive. I did not know this. Okay.
Oh, he's still alive.
Jerry Sheff.
He was the bass player for Elvis, I believe. Mm-hmm. Born in like 1940, I'd say.
Off by a year.
41.
Mm-hmm. What month?
I don't
guess
know.
it?
I don't know that. September?
January.
Okay, so he's 74 years old. I know he has a son named Jason Show, but yeah, he...
For Chicago, like Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago, as in like...
Really?
The band Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I didn't even know they were still touring.
Oh yeah, they are. Not a lot of original members, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, Jerry Sheff, bass player. Did he not play with Elvis?
He was Elvis's bass player. He was the big thing. Part of what band? With Elvis.
Oh shit.
It has something to do with one of his most famous songs.
Something to do with Hound Dogs. No. Oh fuck.
Do you know? Do you tap out?
The Ghetto Blasters. I don't know.
Nailed it. The TCB band, or the Taking Care of Business band. Sort of a...
I didn't know that was one of his songs. I'm not a huge expert on Elvis. I know a couple of the people who collaborated with him, so I know this was a long shot.
Okay, more than Elvis. Really impressed me. What album, not Elvis, what legendary album did Jerry Scheff contribute bass for?
Shit.
It was an album for a band that typically didn't use a bass player. That should be a dead giveaway.
Okay, it's The Doors.
It's The Doors.
I have to remember what album, though. Is it Morrison Hotel?
No.
No? L.A. Woman?
It is L.A. Woman. And do you know why he was brought in? See, The Doors is something that I kind of know more about.
Yeah, so this is slightly unfair, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
Go ahead.
Let's see. I know that Lonnie Mack also was a session bass player on one of the albums. Maybe one of the songs had too complex of an arrangement for Ray Manzarek to play keyboard on.
Opposite. Not true. Well, kind of opposite. Not here's the
he played on L.A. Woman, right?
He played on all of L.A. Woman, from what I understand, every track.
The only album where they had an actual bass player.
What? No, all their albums had a session bass player. Interestingly enough, but there are some songs, like specifically on the first album, just the Doors album. There are some songs like 20th Century Fox that they just used the keyboard bass on. But anyway, so no, it's actually a lot more of a simple explanation than that. It was that Jim, this was when he was really like fucking up, and at this point, not only was he getting drunk all the time, but he was adding cocaine to the mix.
Ooh, that's safe.
So they brought in Jerry Scheff, Elvis's bass player, because Jim was getting bored and restless during the sessions, and he was a huge Elvis fan. So Bruce Botnick, the recording engineer,
still alive,
still doing a lot
born
of
in
stuff.
1945.
Oh my god. Let me see. Okay, you know what? I'm looking that up. Just for a second. Bruce Botnick.
Born in 1945.
Calm down. Calm yourself. Oh yeah, whatever. No one even likes you.
That's what it says, right? It doesn't specify what month, though. It just says 1945.
Yeah. Oh my god! What are you, Rain Man?
Nailed it.
Definitely 45. Definitely 45. But the thing about the opposite of it being too complex for Ray Manzarek, apparently what happened was when they would bring in session bassists, Ray would already have a bass line, so he'd just say, play this, and they would do it. Riders on the Storm. He had that, and Jerry Scheff was like, you want me to play that? And Ray goes, well, yeah, it's just simple. I think it's like A minor to something else. I can't remember the chords. And he goes, yeah, it's easy on keyboard, but watch this. And apparently it's a huge pain in the ass, like, stretch to play on the bass. So, yeah, fun fact for you.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Why did we start talking about this? Kurt Cobain. And then we started talking about music.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, there's a Kurt Cobain documentary coming out, helmed mainly by his daughter. It came out in Sundance, and it's being premiered on HBO. When is it? May 4th. Oh, it's coming up. And it will also have...
That's close.
Yeah, and it will also have an international theatrical release in early 2015. Probably, I imagine that'll play at Salem Cinema. Have you ever been there?
No.
It's an indie movie theater in Salem, Oregon, plays independent movies. I wouldn't be surprised if it came to this one, unless Regal is going to pick it up. But on that note of music, we're going to have I don't know, maybe we'll make it a segment. We don't have a name for it yet. We're pretty unprepared for podcasting, in case you hadn't noticed.
Oh, yeah.
You're on the journey with us.
That's the magic of podcasting.
This is where the magic happens.
We're going to do a little activity here where Jordan does his best to make me make an ass out of myself using my rather...
It shouldn't be hard.
My rather... intermediate skills at the guitar and my even lacking vocals. Here, what we're going to do is Jordan is going to pick a type of music, like, say, rock and roll, grunge, prog rock, flamenco, hopefully I won't screw up flamenco too much, and then a subject, and I'm going to play the guitar and try and come up with something funny to go along with it. So if it's not funny, well... This is my first time doing it, so...
Okay,
here we
are
go. Plugging in.
All right, plugging in, tuning out. All right, you got it all? Okay, so here we go. I want, in the honor of Kurt Cobain, play a grunge-esque song. So get a filter on there.
All right, grunge-esque. Let's see.
Is there a grunge-esque filter? Literally says grunge-esque. Oh, a little Come As You Are sound. Okay, I like it.
Can't play the full thing due to copyright concerns.
Yes, I'm sure it's expensive. I want you to play a song about gay weddings and try to throw pizza in there if you can. So here we go. Nick Wolfe debuting a song that I will title Homo Pizza.
I went down to Indiana, wanted to have my wedding there, but some dickhead wouldn't sell me pizza, so I took my business elsewhere. I like TV, Scrubs is on, I really like that show, yeah. I wanted some pizza, so I figured I could find some there. Fuck you, Indiana. My wedding where I please. Fuck you, Indiana. Home is where I wanna be. Yeah. And I traveled across the country with my homo pride I ran. I'm a gay man, and I'm proud of that. So I have to say, fuck you, Indiana. I'll have my wedding where I please. Fuck you, Indiana.
Keep going. I have a verse. Keep playing it. I wanted to have some catering for my wedding.
Yeah.
But they were a bunch of fucking divas. But Zach Braff stepped right in. And now we're eating homo pizza. Yeah.
Chorus.
Fuck you, Indiana, where gays should be free. Yeah.
So free.
Fuck you, Indiana. Fuck you, Indiana. This is Jordan Macker.
And I'm Nick Wolf, and
This was Mackenwolfe!